814 podcast, and folks, the wait is over. It is pitchers and catchers week in Blue Jays land. We're going to start to see the best shape of the lives. Avery, how are we feeling, man? It's almost here. I can taste it.
Yeah, everyone's gonna listen to this after the Super Bowl. We're recording before, but it's the best time of the year, man. We get clips, we get bullpen clips that don't mean shit.
Nothing.
Uh, we just get to make some content out of something that's not losers' tweets. So I'm happy. I'm very excited for the off-season shenanigans to be over and to just be playing ball. So I'm very excited. Pitchers and Catchers Week fucking rocks.
So sick. And the cool thing is you have the reporters using their like iPhones to try to get a bullpen through the little screen fence.
Yeah, getting it through the squares.
Yeah.
Putting your phone, and I will watch every one. Like I've no problem that they do that. I actually appreciate it.
Who do you think is going to come into camp saying they learned a new pitch? Poop?
Oh, Gosman. I think
Gosman.
he perfected a new pitch.
Really?
Yeah, I think he'll come in with that.
Okay, I can see that.
And there'll be some bullpen guys too that it'll be like, oh wow, maybe this is a little fun. But I think like a Gosman new pitch would be.
What about a Bassett? Not a Bassett. A Pop new pitch.
A strike. We should try that one first.
Yeah, a pitch that actually people whiff on. But yeah, speaking about the news, Pete Alonso didn't sign with the Blue Jays. Kind of knew it was happening, right?
Yeah, we're vets at this now. Like, just read the news in the way that it should be read, and you can figure out what the players want to do pretty easily.
I mean, the dude wanted to be a Met. Like, again,
yeah.
it's not up. It's up to the agent to make that done, and Scott Boras did everything in his power to get that done. Like, that's really all that is, right? Like, he wanted to be a Met, and he was a Met. Really all it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, like when we heard that news, it was the least surprising thing we've heard all offseason, in my opinion. Like, if he cared about the money so much, well, first of all, he would have signed the ticket a couple years ago. That was like 170 million.
Big fuck up.
Yeah. But yeah, he just wanted to be a Met, and can you blame him?
Not really. I mean, again, he wanted to be a Met. They got pretty good lineup there in New York, playing with Juan Soto. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to play with Juan Soto?
Well, especially after the year they had last year, they think they can just run it back. I mean, the pitching is a little bit different, but
pitching's kind of bad, to be honest, for the Mets. I think
they have some young kids. It's like most of those guys aren't locked up 1 year. I guess Pete has an opt out after one, maybe, but it's like, hey, can these young guys come up next year? I know you're not with the core you have right now. You're not playing for the next year, but I think they're all in for next season. Like, that's got to be the year they beat the Dodgers in the CS. They could be good this year, but again, their division is like the AL East. It's so deep. It's like they're third highest odds to win their division.
Well, let's use our brain here. It's like, I don't think there's a team in baseball that even comes close to the Dodgers.
No,
but
that's the best thing about the game we love is that over a 5-game series, some shenanigans can happen.
Yeah, fair.
Like, as long as they keep playing in 5-game series, I don't think, like, I don't want to face the Dodgers in a 7-game series, obviously, but 5, you can just blitzkrieg them early and hopefully get them down and find a way to win through 5.
Yeah, and I guess speaking on the Alonso news, I had a space toe-to-toe. For those that don't know, Lev Sources on Twitter, I had a space going toe-to-toe against him. Kind of just understanding why he tweets the way that he tweets, like breaking news and stuff like that. And what we came down to is he has a source that works in the Atlanta Braves front office, the Minnesota Twins scouting department, TSN, and the Jays front office, I think. So some pretty good sources there if you think about it. Really good sources, actually. So just a crazy space. And then obviously Alonso didn't sign here, so he had to change his name from Lev Sources, like he said he was going to, because he essentially had no sources. So I respect him for doing that, though. I will say that.
I do. You go into an area where it's no win. It's like, yeah, it's everyone against him because he hasn't been right. And to go in there with you, John, it's the best stuff you do. It's like the most you going and talking to people like not me, I think is the best work you can do. Like we got to find a way to make it happen often, and it's got to be like a call-in show. It's
I think a call-in show would do good. I know we had that guy that set up a voicemail for us.
no, I think you need to give it to
I don't think that's the greatest avenue. I think the greatest avenue is me listening to a caller, going toe to toe with them, right?
yes.
Like, even if it's a hater. I mean, there's tons of them, but shout out to Lev for stepping in the ring in front of 1,000 people. There's 1,000 people in that space.
And not
Pretty
many were going to be on his side.
yes, it was. He essentially like what's that gorilla that got killed because he killed a child?
Oh fuck, I know. Harambe.
Yeah, he essentially was the child walking into Harambe's cage. That's what he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he held. I think he held his own. Like you were just kind of able to tell he was like full of shit pretty easily, but respectful enough. You know, a good enough
Yeah,
talk where it's just like, you know what, he doesn't really know shit, but he's an okay guy. It seems
yeah.
like.
He seems like a decent stand-up guy. Who's not a decent stand-up guy is that piece of shit King Sarcasm, uh, that has me blocked, but talks shit about me while I'm blocked, so I can't respond. And then brought up my mother in multiple arguments. He's just a human piece of shit. But next thing, some Jays news. Kevin Kiermaier signing with the team as what is he, an advisor? Assistant? What is he?
I saw advisor.
Advisor?
I don't know if that means because he said he wanted to be at every level, so that's better as an advisor. Like I don't think he's with the team at all.
Yeah.
Which is kind of to be. It's like when you went to college, I guess, unless you played college baseball in the U.S. It's your buddy who on the team who's the grad assistant the next year.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not like I know he knows his shit because he's good at baseball. Like Kevin Kiermaier, obviously great at outfield. That's no one's gonna debate that ever.
Yeah.
But it's like I was getting fucked up with this guy every weekend saying we hate the coach together. It's like, yeah, we're too close. So give Kev like 2 years of doing the top down stuff, find his way around the org, then he could be a full time.
Well, he has his hands full. Not many good outfielders in the system. But maybe he can. I
think it was a smart move that he didn't get into podcasting. We would have had to kill him.
Oh, unfortunately, he made the right move. It's just bullshit. I mean, again, it goes to show you if you're hot, you can pretty much get any job you want.
That's he was actually good at his job
for sure. But again,
you think it was pretty privilege him getting his job?
It's definitely up there. I'm just joking, Kevin. But this is the funniest thing though. Is like, why? You know what I mean? I get understanding like you want to still be in the clubhouse and stuff like that. Brother, just retire and enjoy your family. Like, how much do you hate your family?
Take 1 year, dude.
How much do you hate your family?
How much do you need money?
Yeah, I did. You fleeced us for 13 million last year. You should be fucking working for free. It's
I think his wife is so excited. Finally, I get my husband home to take care of. He
retired.
Yes, finally we did it. And he's in Dunedin watching 18-year-olds after the draft.
It's wild how much these major league, I'm not saying he hates his wife, obviously, but how little these dudes want to spend with their significant others. Like, the dude just retired.
I bet he'd be living at home though still, which is the only, like, if you're an advisor, I think he has to have a place close to Tampa still, right?
Yeah,
probably. You would think.
Yeah.
So that's close enough to Dunedin. So he's probably at home. He's at home a significant amount more.
Yeah.
You can just drive to the facility, so you're home every night. So maybe he doesn't total. But
like, how much is he getting paid for this? You think 6 figures?
Yeah,
can't be.
No, I think it would just be like, fuck. It depends on what the title they gave him. Like, yeah, they paid him 10 whatever million last. He's made 25 million the last 2 years. I think he can take 100K with benefits and he'll be all right.
Well, here's the thing. He should be if he really loved the game, he would do it for the love of the game. He would just do it for free.
He might
be there.
He might be doing it.
He actually, but again, do the Jays lead the league in special assistants? I mean,
no,
you had
everyone has this many special assistants, I think.
Really? Because you got Double E. You got Victor Martinez. Yeah. You got Kevin Kiermaier. You got everyone.
Yeah. I think everyone has this amount of special. Maybe not the. I was reading something about the Cardinals where their new management or whoever the new group
Yeah.
just kind of shit can Jim Edmonds and some of
Yeah,
those
I
old
saw that.
guys. So maybe some of those organizations, but like the Dodgers have to have a million as well. Like you have the special assistants of the guys who played. I do think there's a thing to be said of there's a lot of just straight analytics guys in baseball at the lower levels. It's like I think it's a good mix to have people who have done it with
Yeah.
stats and data guys. So I think the more special assistants you have of people who played mixed with smart brain guys is good. So like I'm sure the Dodgers have a ton.
Fair.
Like the Yankees have to have a bunch, you would think, with that history. But
Yeah,
I
I can
like the
see that.
Marlins probably not.
Oh my God. I mean, imagine being a Marlins fan. Holy shit. I don't know how they do it.
They got a podcaster to call their
Yeah,
baseball game.
congratulations to Jack, my guy. Got the broadcasting job with the Marlins, but
That's kind of awesome.
it is kind of
That's
sick to be the full-time guy.
yeah,
Dude, I wonder
really.
if they travel. I know,
He
again,
I think he does.
we got to talk about how bullshit it is for the Toronto Blue Jays to not pay for their broadcasters, radio broadcasters, to travel with the fucking team. Why is this not discussed about more? It is bullshit. How do you
Do they
have these
still do
fucking
that?
guys calling games from watching on a fucking TV and they're supposed to provide the greatest experience for the fans?
I didn't know that was still a thing. That's
It
fucked.
is.
I mean, I don't listen to the radio really, and the times I do listen to the radio, um, it's that one guy, and I'm like pretty disappointed
Eric
with.
Smith,
Yeah,
not great.
yeah,
But
that's.
yeah, it just
But if
like
he's
what
calling
the
it from a
fuck are we
TV, if
doing?
he's calling it from a TV, then
It's
it's
yeah, and he's already starting behind the eight ball because he's not a baseball announcer. He's a basketball announcer, and on top of it, he has to call the game from watching a fucking screen.
so yeah. Some of the clips weren't fantastic from last season when it came to Erickson.
I just
I
again,
have a mea culpa I have to issue.
what's that?
Um,
What's a mea culpa?
a fuck up I had on my end, and
Oh yeah, it's not great.
this is an
This is really
apology.
not great. This is really not great.
This is an apology to Chris Bassett. I hate waking up and I see these messages. I know it's something I fucking said to every time. It was the same with the Horwitz thing, 7 a.m. He's like, you wanted to trade me for Alec Boehm? Are you kidding me? It was like that guy's an all-star. Chris Bassett does not give up hard contact. I
Thank you.
didn't listen to the clip, but
Thank you.
it's by far the thing he's best at, not giving up hard contact. So that was a an issue on my end. I would like to
That's
apologize
why
for.
I don't speak in absolutes. That's why
No,
I'm the lovable idiot. Bassett for a second thought it was me who said it. I was like, Bassett, are you think I would say you think I fucking know
you
who
would
to tell?
know that Barrios was the give up Rockets guy though.
Yeah, obviously that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would have known Gossman or Bassett or anything like that. But yeah, it was a hilarious text to wake up to. Bassett pretty much saying, Avery, you're fucking dumb as shit.
Yeah. And
Uh
that's fine. And I'll wear that anytime,
you're
you
supposed to
know?
be the stat guy, to be
Yeah.
fair. Like
That was definitely not looking at stats. That was just talking ball.
yeah, that was again, it was a tough look it was a really tough look. So on behalf of the Gate 14 podcast, we do apologize to Chris Bassett. Shout out to him for listening. I'll probably listen to this and then call me an idiot as well. But I'm just dumb. Listen, I just a ride or die for Bassett. And it was funny to wake up at like I woke up fairly late.
It was a minute 30 voice message too.
Yeah, it was great.
So
Just
so
great
good.
stuff from Bassett.
Yeah.
But speaking about that, yeah, he's driving to spring training. Who is one pitcher, Avery, in the system that's like under the radar that is going to spring that you could tell our listeners to maybe take a look at or just at least watch?
I don't think there's that many, man. Like
Really?
it was some of the Arizona Fall League guys, like Brock and Jennings. I guess it's Ryan Jennings I'll go with, but like that's a reliever. There's some of the younger guys. Fuck the lefty. Was it Kendry Rojas? I think that's a name I know that's in the system. I think I got the wrong name, but he was a lefty who's in the Fall League too. I don't think there's any guys that are going to be like huge jumps.
That's good to hear.
Well, we know that the pitching depth, if you look at what the pitching depth is going to be for AAA, it's not very good at all. So it's like there's no one who's right on the cusp. Maybe you want to see Mako take the step. he's probably a guy who started. He got to AAA last year. Maybe you want to see that, but there's no one in the absolutes that I'm like, oh, I'm super excited to see.
This is
Probably Jennings
this
is.
is our first spring training. We never had the shiny toy prospect pitcher to watch. Like we had Ricky T back to back years where he was just lighting up the lamp in spring training.
Yeah,
And now,
Kendry Rojas is the lefty I'm thinking of, but probably not going to see him. Like I don't think he was a non-roster
he
invite.
wasn't.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I can look at that again, but he was the fall league guy. So yeah, we don't have the Ricky T where it's like, oh, I'm hyped to see him. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Ricky T rocked, man.
I watched some of his
Spring?
yeah, it was pretty like the Baez strikeout where he just embarrasses him. I guess it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, his spring
God.
outings were sick.
How cool is it to have that always there on the back burner? Like, man, we got this waiting. Number one lefty pitching prospect in baseball coming up.
I'm
Oh,
I'm gonna I'm gonna stamp my look forward to Ryan Jennings.
is that who it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe a guy who can make the pen. If all things go really, really well in spring.
So who would you? So I think you read an article or you said it. Who are the three guys fighting for the last bullpen spot?
It's Burr. I think Burr's
Locked in. I think
kind
Burr's
of the
locked in.
in.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know. Like every time they sign another guy, he just kind of shifts down.
but who? I mean,
It's like Burr, Nance, and whoever, like the lefty. Uh,
Josh Walker.
yeah, Walker. Those guys are kind of
Like
like,
so far, so who's in the pen?
oh, okay, we could go.
Hoffman, Garcia,
Oh, Pop is the other one fighting for the spot.
Swanson,
Sandlin,
Sandlin,
Little.
Little.
I'm missing a name or two. Missing a name or two.
Like I think, is it crazy to say I think Burr's kind of locked in there?
I thought he would be the top of all those guys in that set of four.
Yeah,
Like, I know they gave Zach Pop a contract, so as much as probably don't want him on the team. They offered him a contract when they could have cut ways with him. So that something plays into that a little bit, right?
yeah.
And I don't know, like people get cut all the time in spring training. That's maybe
Oh,
where
Eduardo Escobar.
well, no, we signed him to a to a minor league deal, right? And then did
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. I don't know where this is going to end up, but I think the favorite at this point would be Burr, and then Nance, and then Pop, and then Josh Walker.
The Josh Walker signing. Do you remember that? It was like the Jays didn't make a move for a month. They just signed Josh Walker on like a random Friday. I was like, fuck it. Let's sign Josh Walker. Sauce Walker.
Sauce
Sauce
Walker.
Walker.
And he's
Yeah, just
Australian too, isn't he? Or something.
he's Australian, mate.
Okay, let's go through I'll do this for real. Oh, Yariel Rodriguez is the
Oh,
other one.
sorry. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the only one I really missed, I believe. So we'll go Hoffman, Green, Garcia,
Oh, we forgot
Swanson.
Green too.
Yeah, officer. Yeah, Hoffman, Green, Garcia, Swanson, Sandlin, Little, Yariel, and then it's the Nance, Pop, Burr, Walker, kind of for the last spot too. Found it interesting that they said Yariel was going to be stretched out,
Yeah.
but it makes so much sense. What if someone gets hurt and he's not stretched out? Then
Yeah.
we're fucked.
Like it's easier to stretch someone out and like as easier for them to trade as a starter than it is for them to prepare as a reliever.
Yes, 100%. I think a starter can go into the pen pretty easily. Hard for a guy to go from the pen to starting. So, yeah, I think that's where we are with the last guy in the bullpen. But who knows? We might pick someone up. I thought Burr was really good
Yeah.
last season, so I'd have no problem giving him the last spot. But that's again super righty lineup, but a lot of guys that you can just use splitters to get out instead, like the Sandlin and Swanson. So maybe you don't need lefties. You're just throwing a lot of splitters to guys who are lefties to kind of do the same thing. That's
Yeah,
that's
the
the
Sandlin. I'm not as excited for the Sandlin.
You're not
I'm,
supposed to be excited about middle relievers ever.
yeah.
So
What
it's
if he
like
just shocks the world?
exactly like, can you surprise me? Can you be awesome for a little bit, and then we can be all in on Nick Sandlin? it's the home run to fly ball numbers. The whole bullpen,
Yeah.
they got to fluctuate and they got to go down if this bullpen's going to be any good. And I think they will. So, yeah, I'm excited to fucking a little bit of roster battles to get us into the season.
Yeah, because I don't know. Some of the comments in our last YouTube video was they need more bullpen support. Going into it right now, I'm comfortable saying this is a pretty decent bullpen.
It's good enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of cool on it. I have no problems with it. What everyone always just wants big names. They don't want to look at pieces and how they get put together. So I understand why that can happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, I'm in a pretty good spot
Oh, I
with
forgot about this. Also, tons of our comments, and I'll take blame because I'm dumb. Tons of the people in our comments on YouTube did not know what a quarter century meant.
yes, they had a
Because
tough
people
time.
were saying, Johnny, Avery, why didn't you guys put Roberto Alomar on your quarter century team? Motherfucker, this dude was not on the team in the last 25 years. What do you mean? Why didn't we put Roberto Alomar? He wasn't a J playing for the Jays fucking 30 years ago
Yeah.
or 40 years ago. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if he touched the
No,
2000s
30 years ago.
with the team.
No, he didn't. So
Okay,
obviously he's not.
let's go through some more of the bullpen guys who could get in
Yeah.
here. So Pop, Burr, Nick Robertson, Josh Walker, Easton Lucas. They're all fighting with
Oh, Easton Lucas, Packer shit.
well,
Josh Walker, Packer shit. Who are the other two?
Pop, Burr, Robertson. You don't know much about
Packer
Robert.
shit. Robertson, Packer shit.
Yeah. And then you have non-roster invites of Dick Lovelady, Kevin Gowdy, Eric Pardino, Hayden Junger, Mason Fluharty, and Braden Fisher. Fluharty, I'm like kind of interested in if we can get a velo bump at some point. But again, like you had TJ Brock, who was in the fall league, and then he had Tommy John. So that sucks. But hey, we'll see how this bullpen.
Yeah, I need someone to make a graphic of me saying just with the caption, I love Dick Lovelady. I love him. I'm all in on Dick Lovelady. Let's shock the world, Dickie. Why not?
I mean, just the best name ever. And then you're looking at some of these AAA guys you have to start, and that's Jake Bloss, Adam Macko, Eric Lauer, Kloffenstein, Andrew Bash, CJ Van Eyck, Trenton Wallace, and Devereaux Harrison. Can't say that's a ton of AAA starting pitching depth or guys you're super, super high on when that happens. Like Bloss and Macko are the guys you're thinking about for AAA.
Yeah, Bloss is locked in AAA, probably, obviously, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to get some time in the minors for sure. And I think it's if been so good at not being injured, our starting staff. But again, it's hey, he's probably the next guy up. I don't think there's too much other than that. Or you just go Yariel and then you call up one of the bullpen guys.
Yeah. So we can go into the Bregman talk now, I guess. Still isn't signed. I should go on a limb and say he's not. Let's just say what it is. He's not going to be a Blue Jay, right? Like
no,
that's just one of the guys where I'm just like I just in my mind he's already signed somewhere else, right?
Yeah, I saw the Astros renegotiate with him.
Yeah,
try and get him a different
deal. That as well.
And like the Tigers owners going through a divorce. I
hate that.
That might hurt them. Yeah, that is tough. But it's like you have the George Springer contract that hasn't aged well, and to take on Bregman,
it's not smart. Let's just call it.
It doesn't seem like I know you shouldn't hurt Bregman based on what George Springer's doing, but it just hits too close to home. Or it's like, oh, we're gonna get
it's like it's Astros players, PTSD, and obviously I feel terrible for the the Tigers GM or owner going through a divorce. You just hate to see it. You really do.
Oh, they got Jack Flaherty though.
He what?
They got Jack Flaherty though.
Yeah, Jack Flaherty. I wouldn't have hated Jack Flaherty here.
No, I would have kicked the tires on what he was making. But no, that's fine. The Max Scherzer call we had happen this week.
Yes.
Very funny to just see some of those pictures of the guys.
Mike Wilner looks, I mean, fuck. God damn.
He's ready to get to some sunshine. Wilmsy lad is.
Yeah, he is. He needs to fire up the old Tinder machine in Dunedin and just start shooting from the hip. Yeah, that's what he needs.
Record all those podcasts in the locker room.
Yeah, with the mask on, obviously, double masked up. But I saw a lot about the catcher position, Avery, and obviously we talked about Bethencourt.
Yeah,
Some people are bringing in Yasmani Grandal.
I
He
did that
hits
talk
he
before.
hits righties well. Is it righties or lefties? He hits well.
Well, he's a switch hitter, so I can't really know off the top of my head. I can give you that.
But where are
Um,
you at with this?
I wanted Yasmani Grandal. That was my thing.
You do?
But um, yeah, Heineman just we were so spoiled for that stretch of
We
years.
didn't realize how lucky we had it. We
I
didn't.
know, just like every other team does this. They have a shitty backup catcher. It seems
And
like.
we did it for the last what, 4 years?
I know, and it feels so broken. I feel so lost having a bad backup
Like it
catcher.
was awesome knowing every day in the lineup you could chalk it up that there was going to be a good catcher playing.
Yes.
Now it's like there's gonna be some days a week, Avery. Like we go to a Jays game, it's oh fuck, Bethencourt's behind the dish.
Yeah, or Heineman. You don't know
Yeah,
which one it is. Grandal hit righties really well. 105 weighted runs created plus and a 10% walk rate.
pretty good.
Don't know why no one's kicked the tires on him yet.
We could be those guys.
We could be those
Would
guys.
Yasmani Grandal, uh, a siding of Yasmani Grandal mean a Gate 14 live reaction pod? I don't think so.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. It would be a good talking point for whatever the next pod, but Yasmani Grandal would just be whatever, you know? Again, sick that we had Jano and Kirk back there for as long as we did.
We were
An
spoiled.
all-time platoon. When Jano would go on those hot streaks, it was cinema.
It
Like
was,
absolute cinema when he was hot. He used to launch like every fucking game, it felt like.
yep. It
Now
was
he's an
it was
enemy.
so cool when he'd be the only guy to pull home runs when they were going through the slumps of no one
Yeah.
pulling fly balls and everyone saying, "Oh, it's so easy, just do that."
Yeah.
Um, you're gonna miss Jano there if we have Heineman or Bethencourt being
Yeah.
the guy behind the dish. But I don't know if they're hoping that like Phil Clark takes the step. I know
The leap.
read some things that they kind of liked what he was doing in AAA. I don't know if the numbers would suggest that things were going well, but if you want a backup catcher, you want him to frame really well. I mean, Phil Clark was a 106 weighted runs created plus with an ISO under 100, but a walk rate higher than his strikeout rate. It's probably something that the Jays love. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but I hope it's not kind of what we have unless someone's really good in spring.
Okay, so I have a question. I tweeted this yesterday, I think yesterday. If the Toronto Blue Jays extend Vladdy, they sign him before the date, which is I think this week actually now. Fuck. What would you grade this offseason?
Okay.
Cause Hoffman, Garcia, Santander, Scherzer,
Yeah.
Jimenez,
In Vlad extension.
and a Vlad extension. How would you grade this offseason?
It's like it's an A minus off season, probably. He They gave in to what the people needed, like spending at the top free agents. The Jimenez trade was just so out of the blue as the first move of the offseason.
Yeah,
I guess Jimmy Garcia's in there too. I
yeah,
think it was a good offseason for the way the team outlook was at the start of free agency versus how it'll be opening day. It's a total turnaround in my opinion based on the pieces they added. So I'd give it an A minus probably.
yeah. I
That's
might
the way
say,
you need. That's the way I think we need to look at it. Not the way I was saying before. Like, oh, you spent a lot, but totally turned around what people thought about this team. Will it be enough to do the job to get into the playoffs? Have to hope so. But I'd go A minus probably. What about you?
I tweeted yesterday that it'd be an A plus. Maybe I'll walk that back a little bit. If they sign another bat and extend Vladdy, I'd give it an A plus, like a JD Martinez.
Yeah, it's like total turnaround, man. It was great.
Yeah, and a lot of the teams in the division in the league didn't even do as much as the Jays or even close. So there's a pretty good gauge on how aggressive the Toronto Blue Jays were this offseason. That's pretty clear.
They were
Uh,
forced into it by having no farm system,
yeah.
which
Well, which
is
is their fault for, obviously.
exactly, which is a slight on them. But I would. So YJ's asked me the question: who would be the worst hitter they could sign that you'd be excited about. This he was doing his Gavin Sheets. It's not a bit,
Yeah.
but you're just trying to find some cheap players. And the name I came up with, if the Blue Jays signed Joey Gallo, I'd kind of be pumped. He's a
Oh,
free agent. He has sucked as of late, but I would kind of be excited to have Joey Gallo on this
just a
baseball.
thumper.
Yes, exactly. But that's kind of what he was trying to do with Gavin Sheets as a guy who's a thumper, but the numbers don't really.
Gavin Sheets sucks ass.
Yeah. Um, Joey Gallo's a year removed from a 103 weighted runs created plus. But
Fair.
last season,
What was it
76.
last year?
76.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's actually
it's not.
Avery.
It was in a 39.2% strikeout rate. I'd be excited. I'll say it. I would be excited for Joey
No,
Gallo.
you wouldn't.
I would. It's like I don't think he'd be good, but I would be excited.
For what, the one home run he hits
Yeah, and
every time?
it'll go so far.
Corona, he'd hit one for sure in the Corona.
Yes.
Oh my god, Joey Gallo would be firing on Raya in Toronto if he was here. I've heard stories about that guy. He
Yeah,
would be
he's a dog.
firing.
Yeah. We heard so I didn't really come up with any other names, but I think Joey Gallo would be hilarious as like a if no one wants to give him money, a minor league signing.
Fair. Should we do the JD Martinez talk? Where you at with this?
If they want JD Martinez, they have a pretty good track record of picking old hitters to
Good, be
be,
good.
yeah, be good. So if they want to sign someone who's over 40 years old, I will believe them and I will be fine with it. It's just the team's so slow. If you don't have Jimenez, you don't have Varsho in there, there's not a lot of foot speed on the base paths.
Okay, well, let me sell you on JD Martinez here, Abe. JD Martinez, like you mentioned, Toronto Blue Jays have had success. History of older players being good. Brandon Belt, 130 weighted runs created plus. Justin Turner, highest weighted runs created plus for a right-handed bat last year in free agency. JD Martinez last year, 86th percentile ex WOBA, 87th percentile ex slug, 78th percentile average exit velo, 94th percentile barrel percentage, 77th percentile hard hit percentage, launch angle sweet spot percentage, 92nd percentile. This would be a good bat to have.
Yep, it would.
Now the question is, does he want to play here? You don't know.
If no one's going to give him money at this point. So he's 37 years old.
Auction.
So sick. 108 weighted runs created plus.
Yeah. I love that. I would love this move, Abe. This would kind of round the offseason.
Yeah, love is a term I wouldn't use for this move, but I think it could be functional and help the team win. So I'd be okay with it. I'm at the point where we need the Red Sox way, where they had Rafaela Abreu step up and be good from our young guys. Like we need that to be a very good baseball team this year, no matter what.
Who fits that profile?
Wagner, Loperfido, two guys who could like even a Clase or Relvis. One of them.
Clase, get that out of my face.
Sure, but if he could find a way to hit and play center, like
if I could find a way to have vision,
that's a foot speed. If Clase was worth a shit, he'd be the opening day center fielder.
Clase is our Dalton Pompey. He's our late inning
for sure
pitch runner.
Yeah, I gave you 4 options where we need one of them to be very good this year.
I'm buying it on Lopes.
I hope so too, man. Like if he has a really good spring, he's the opening day center fielder.
Which is sick.
If he doesn't have a good spring, Nathan Lucas is probably the opening day center fielder.
Oh God. Okay.
Nathan Lucas will just be fine. He will be replacement level, fine in center field for the first month. Or it might even be Miles Straw doing it.
Strawsy lad.
Yeah, like hey, you got like a month with us.
Let's be a guy.
Yeah,
Miles Straw. Let's be a guy.
Exactly. Like Varsho not being there opening day, we're gonna need someone to step up and be worth something. So
you're right.
I'd even put like Davis Schneider in there too.
Yeah.
Someone who's just got to take a leap, got to be an everyday guy, find a way into playing time. That's like just as important. We keep plug and playing these old guys, but if we want the team to have a better outlook, those are the young guys who need to take the lead. Even I'll put Barger in there too. Well, he's a name. He's a name. He's in that mix. It's the same thing.
I might be out on just all this Barger talk all the time from
But there's
people.
not all this Barger talk. We barely talk about it.
I know people online hate me for my take on Addison Barger, but I've never been correct. I mean, I've been right. I've been right.
He skull fucks baseballs around the yard. If he can find a way to do that often, he has a pretty good chance of being a good hitter.
Meet if man.
Exactly.
Addison Barger's if man.
We have a bunch of if guys on our team.
Yeah, yeah, we do. We do.
So
Um,
what do you think about next season where Jimenez just plays short and you have Will Wagner as the everyday second baseman?
Jimenez would be kind of a nasty shortstop.
Yeah, I don't
Does he
want
have a
both.
noodle arm? Or
He's a second baseman, so he wouldn't have great metrics of having to throw baseballs hard very often.
okay.
I can look up the Jimenez arm strength numbers. Um, yeah,
I know
because
second, yeah. Because
it's
Bryson
like
makes a joke about it all the time. That
exactly like Bryson lobs the balls over and his average arm strength is dog shit.
yeah,
It's the same thing. Well, we made fun of him, or you did,
yeah.
too, that he can't throw the ball. Andres Jimenez. So we will go to his arm strength numbers, and arm strength's pretty good,
Okay.
62nd percentile. That's
Are
again,
you in the camp that Bo Bichette is essentially done after this year as a Blue Jay?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
I
think he's
am.
done?
Everyone talks about Bo being the business side of baseball guy, like he understands it. Why would he not test free agency?
Yeah.
Like he will get there. Is there a chance he could come back? Sure. I don't think he'd come back.
Like
I
the
think
Doctor Evil meme. Come here.
yes, someone will give him a good amount of money if he has the year that we think he's about to have. Do you think he's
Yeah.
gone?
Yeah, I think he's gone. I
Uh-huh.
think he's gone. I think him and John Schneider just don't get along. That's a vibe I get. I just think him and John Schneider don't get along. I could be wrong, but that's just what it looks like from the outside in. Two guys that butt heads a little bit, but
But I would shit can a manager for a guy who's going to be an all-star any day of the week.
oh yeah, I think big league. Is it a hot take? I think big league managers are the most replaceable position in sports,
Bad
coaches wise.
bad ones are fucking should be replaced all the time, but the good one like Cora is a good one. Hinch is a good manager. You'd want Tito as your manager pretty much all the time.
Yeah,
Dave Roberts, everyone wanted him dead.
but I think bad managers can win World Series though. That's what I'm saying. I think it's a very
I'd agree with
replaceable.
that.
Because again, no disrespect to True RGM, but I mean Dusty Baker, Astros fans hated his guts because he made some of the dumbest fucking decisions ever, and that dude won a World Series.
Yeah, he wouldn't play Kyle Tucker. He wouldn't hit him above like 7 in
Yeah,
that
so
run.
again, that's where I'm at with it. With the managers, is like they're very replaceable in baseball. Players aren't.
I'd agree.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that too. It does suck. It's like it's a hard thing to do to have to manage people, man. And
especially a team as big as that, grown men. You
exactly,
know,
I don't think it's easy. You got to be respected, and unless you've won multiple times all over the league, yeah, it seems like you can do it. But it's like the White Sox managers they'd been hiring, like what
Grady Sizemore.
Tony La Russa before, yeah. I think that teams just make bad decisions often is
Yeah,
where it is.
fair.
And I know we hate hockey because it's the old boys club. So at least maybe it's a good thing in baseball that it's not totally the old boys club when you get new
Kind of is
managers.
though.
For sure. I think it's less than hockey though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the shittier teams will try younger guys. Like Stephen Vogt being the manager too. Like
Yeah, it's a good point.
that's a lot different than they're not doing that in hockey.
But you got like Terry Francona getting jobs, like Joe Maddens of the world did, obviously until
Sure,
now.
but Tito's won like all the time with not a huge payroll in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Then he goes to Cincinnati to kind of do the same type of job where I think everyone thinks he'll be successful there.
Are you? Do you think the Reds are going to be good?
I think they'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Like you get Brady Singer, you've done some things like Gavin Lux. It's kind of a jam again at
Yeah.
second, but I think they're talented. I do think they're talented.
Yeah. And I talked about this last week. I forgot to mention this. Like, I always wonder the first time Gate 14 listeners what they think.
Yeah.
Like
I,
I had some people tweet at me that are like, first time listening, this is so funny, all this type of shit. But this listening to this podcast might be worse than getting CTE. I
it's
think
it's brain rot,
it's brain
unfortunately.
rot, but it's a respectable brain rot. Uh, and going into spring training, I do have a couple questions. I have an open invite to Ben Nicholson Smith for the Gate 14 house, even though we are blacklisted from Sportsnet and Sportsnet employees are blacklisted for coming on our show. Not sure why. CS is competition probably, but there's worlds where Sportsnet and Gate 14 can exist. So I don't know why the higher ups in that company blacklist us and them from doing stuff. But Ben Nicholson Smith, our guy, open invite to Gate 14 house. Would love to interview him.
Yeah.
Maybe have some high noons. I don't know if that's what he's into, but would love to do that. Next is a question for the people. We've been arguing about this in our group chat. Should we do a pod, Ernie Davis and Lopes, with me and Avery, like a convo? Like, would that be better than the solo pods? I actually also kind of talked me into it. I think that would be.
I think we want to find out about them each individually. That I like doing that. It's like they're just
But we've done that though, dude.
it's true. We have done that.
Like, I think the round table where they like feed
It would
off
be
each
fun.
other,
It definitely wouldn't be bad if we got them
it
all
would be
together.
funnier, I think.
Yeah. We're gonna have to buy them fucking
I have one.
I got three.
I
And
have
you
one and then I have another one.
okay. And we're gonna have to do we have five chords into that
Yeah. Yeah, there's
mixer?
5 chords in the mixer.
Okay. No, we'll try and make it'll probably be better for them.
Yeah. And
Um,
also, like they're more comfortable, you know. It'll be like, I think it'll be like a we're just talking to them at a table type
yeah.
of thing, like we're at dinner or whatever. But I think people would like that. But tons of spring training content coming for the people. We have tons of interviews lined up, some funny content ideas, and we have a camera guy, so it's gonna be good shit. Gonna be good shit. Should we go to listen to questions, Dave?
Yeah, let me
By the way, congratulations. We filmed this before. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles on winning the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, wow. First Super Bowl. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff from Jalen Hurts. Congratulations. First Super Bowl.
okay. First question. Spencer wants to know how bad is Liverpool?
Lost to Plymouth today. Last place team in the championship.
Fucking Plymouth Whalers
Yep.
playing football.
Yep.
For Johnny, do you think your opinion on prospects is shaped by the lack of good ones the Jays have had since Vladdy?
That, again, I know whoever said that's not a therapist, but that's a pretty good deep dive into my brain.
Wait,
Probably.
yeah, it does.
Because I loved the Nate Pearsons of the world. I loved TJ Zoik. I thought was going to be sick.
DJ Zoik was tall. He was
Ricky
tall.
Tiedemann. And then they've all ruined it for me. So that's where I'm at with that, at least. But yeah, that's a very good point.
Where do you stand on the a goal to a hockey player is the same as a home run to a baseball player stance?
Not even close.
Okay.
Let's do basic math. I mean, some hockey players score 45 goals in 82 games. Double that. Is there MLB players hitting 90 home runs?
True.
Math guy Johnny.
I think a home run is greater than a goal, no doubt.
Yes.
Because you can score empty net goals too.
Yes.
Well, I guess you can hit home runs off position.
What is the
players.
equivalent? What is the equivalent?
Hitting a home run off position player
Okay.
is the same as an empty net goal, in my opinion.
What is the equivalent, though, to a goal in hockey to baseball? What do you think? A double? Triple, maybe?
I don't know. I don't have a good answer.
A double, you hit a lot a year.
Yeah, some people have a ton of doubles.
Yeah. I don't know.
This is a question for me. Do we see a path for the Jays to acquire Arenado? I do want to stay away from Arenado.
He's ass.
I think he's got a year left in him or two, but with his dollar amount and the years left, don't think I really want. I don't really want Nolan Arenado. I actually don't know how many years he has left, but I didn't think it was like I thought it was at least 3.
Really?
Let's see what his contract is till 2027. Okay, so yeah, I think that's 3 years left.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm pretty good on that. He's making $30 million a year. I'm probably good.
Oh my God.
I'm probably good without Arenado at this
Who
point.
wants that?
But like I'd YJ says this too, but like I would go after a Cabrian Hayes for a trade instead of Arenado. Like you don't want to get guys who are making 30 million who might suck.
Who
You
do
want
no? Who do suck?
yeah, that's I just don't think that's a winning argument. He might help
Terrible
a team
idea. Yeah.
win this year, but I don't want him in 3 years.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have the same problem. Okay, with the Vlad deadline looming in just over a week or so, are you guys getting worried it won't get done by then and Vlad possibly hits free agency? Or do we think it's gonna happen soon?
I think he's gonna go to free agency
I think he's gonna hit his date. I think they'll get something done.
within a week.
Yeah, they've been talking. It's just like hey, we all showed up here today. Let's do a press conference for Vlad on the first
Oh,
day.
if Vladimir Guerrero Jr. signs an extension before spring training, I am going to say things to people that are so mean. Like, I need Vladdy to sign here. I do. Is it fucked up for me to say, Avery, where in my mind he's already a Blue Jay for life? Like, I can't picture him going to another team.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah,
It's the opposite of Bo, where I think Bo is just
he's gone.
like I could see Bo playing for the Rockies, like his dad. I could see him in a different uniform. I
Where do
don't.
you think Bo's gonna sign? It's gonna be the most random fucking place, right?
Oh, maybe like the Braves.
Braves.
They actually have to spend money on a free agent for once.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Um, yeah, something like that. I like the Giants would have been perfect, but again, they were Adamas.
maybe like Mariners.
Oh, that would suck for him. That would suck for him. If you had to take a past or present Blue Jay to stop Saquon in the run, who would you go with? David Wells.
Jose Canseco.
There you go. Um, Favorite realistic trade target? I pretty much came up with none. Who
I
are
don't know any.
every realistic one is just uh like groupthink. It's Jesus Sanchez is just groupthink at this
Yeah,
point. Everyone's kind
yeah,
of on it, and I couldn't come up with like a realistic one. I'll take YJ's. He said Mike Yastrzemski was one of them. I don't know if it's the most realistic one, but that was a name where it's like,
yeah.
yeah, no one had talked about that yet. What Blue Jay would you bring for a softball tournament slow pitch? I've
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 seen.
seen Alec Manoah. I've seen Alec Manoah swing a bat. I want Alec Manoah on my slow pitch team.
We've all seen the video of Lottie hitting softballs.
Oh, obviously we want Vlad to fucking hit.
I actually think. What's his face? Fuck. Who's that pitcher I'm thinking of? Someone. Who was I thinking of? Maybe I don't remember. There's got to be a bullpen pitcher that's nasty at slow pitch. Has to be. I'm trying to think though. Hoffman, maybe. Hoffman might be nasty.
Yeah,
Not sure.
that'd be fun. What will a realistic, successful 2025 Blue Jay season look like? Playoffs, third wild
Playoffs,
card, third wild
or at
card.
least end it till the end.
Yeah. If Ross extends Vladdy, does he deserve to be extended himself? That's not what this person asked, but that's what I'm asking as a question.
I wouldn't go that far. I'd wait to see how the team does this year because
Yeah.
right now it's an expensive team coming off of a 74 win season.
Yep.
Like, if this team is good this year and makes the playoffs, I don't know how you don't extend Ross. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. He'd be playoffs 3 of the last 4 years.
Yeah, it's
With getting an extensive amount of money.
yes, that's the factor that goes against him is he's been the GM that ownership has let spend the most amount of money,
Yeah. So
and he hasn't won a playoff game. You know,
who of the kids could have a real impact on this team reaching 90 wins? Lo Perfido, Arelvis,
yeah,
and I will go Will Wagner.
I love Wags, man.
Yeah, I think he'll just do the Spencer Horwitz season, and we'll love him at the end of it.
Yeah,
Is wind a bottom three all time thing?
I
Yes.
despise the wind. Like it is, it blows my mind. Wink, wink. Didn't. How fucking annoying how annoying it is. You're walking, hat flies off, blows you over. Like you hear it when you're in your car, like just the wind. Fuck the wind. Honestly, I hate the wind.
There's not too many times where I'm like, oh, this wind is nice. Besides super hot in the summer. If
Yeah,
I'm playing golf and it's windy, that's
sucks.
terrible. you're walking somewhere, you're into the wind. That's if it's behind you, different story. That's kind
Yeah.
of nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, wind
There's
does
only
suck.
two scenarios where wind is
Wind
good.
chill is just as bad too.
There's only two or three scenarios where wind is good. Wind blowing out
Yeah.
for baseball. Gust of wind when it's very hot outside. Beautiful wind chill. Like nice little, oh my God, that feels unbelievable.
Yeah.
And when the wind's behind you when you're walking. That
Yeah.
other than that, fucking terrible. All of it.
It is really bad. What are the chances of any of this happening? Signing Bregman, trading for Nolan, trading for Bogarts. All I think are like pretty awful options.
Yeah, Bogarts is
Bogarts doesn't want to play third, too. I think that's
Bogarts is kind of bad.
he did not have a fantastic year last year.
No, that would actually be cutting it nicely.
But the Padres are poor. That's what everyone wants to say.
Yeah,
So
they
that'll
are
be
poor.
um their thing. I also did something yesterday. I went on MLB The Show. I recorded this. I'm gonna put it out as a TikTok video. I recreated the Kirk hitting a triple in MLB The Show. It took me an hour and 25 minutes to hit a
No
triple.
way.
An hour and 25 minutes to hit a triple with Kirk. I had to, after 45 minutes, I had to change all the sliders. I had to turn down fielding speed. I had to turn up, I had to turn up base running speed. Oh my God.
No way.
Yeah, it was so hard because he's so slow and the trop is not big at all. It's so hard to do.
That is unbelievable. Avery.
Yeah, that's what happens when I have nothing to do on the week. I just like, yeah, you know what? I'll hop on. And
Holy fuck.
PlayStation Network being down is also a bottom three thing of all time
Yeah.
with Wind.
Yeah.
When I had a weekend to myself. My girlfriend was gone, and I was like, okay, like, what am I gonna do? I didn't go out anywhere, and I was just like, I'll play PlayStation, and it was down for 1,000
Just
hours.
terrible. Terrible.
That really, really sucked.
Yeah.
Would Wilner and Ken Reed be invited to the slow pitch tournament when it happens?
Bam.
I will invite them both. Yes,
No,
I will.
I don't want them associated with K4 team.
What team does Bregman end up signing with? Okay, this is a little fun wrinkle. I would, if Bregman. The funny thing is they have Jose Altuve practicing in left. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I would try and trade.
Oh.
I would try and trade for Paredes if Bregman goes back to the Astros.
Really?
Yeah, I think he could be fun here. Like he's a young guy too.
I would hate that.
Like that's more. I like that more than kind of any of the other things. He's probably the best player, the youngest, most team friendly. So I think
Yeah.
everyone would kind of do that. But it's a thought. Best or worst Jays player sponsorships? Davis
Oh.
Schneider on Schneider's hot dogs or George Springer. This says life alert, but I'd go turkey.
Oh God. I think how do I say this? I think the George Springer one is cake, unfortunately. Yeah. That's George Springer to Turk. You know what? We're gonna be respectful. Never mind. Whit Merrifield did say it though.
No, he did. Someone else said it. We didn't
Yeah.
come up with that.
Yeah. Shout out Whit, by the way.
Yeah, Wit. Lev Baseball. Is this Lev Sources?
Yes, we
Change
switched it
his
up.
name.
I told you, rebrand, bro.
He asked the question, still looking for a venue for the softball games. We would have to ask the question, do we do it downtown Toronto?
Yes.
You think so? The no
Yeah.
fences at all those places?
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Okay, I think we could even do like Mississauga and like actually have some room to do some stuff.
Yeah,
But what, he's a Windsor guy or something like that?
I believe so. But yeah, we're not gonna cater to the woke masses.
We-
It is going to be taking place in Toronto or GTA.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
For sure. Is Jesus Sanchez the play for the next bat? Yeah, again, just group think. Any
I
chance
don't,
of
why do people want Jesus Sanchez, Avery? Can you explain this to me?
because he hits home runs and he's like an okay.
Well, like he sucks though, doesn't he?
He was a league average bat last year.
Okay.
He was just above a league average bat the year before. He was a below league average bat the year
Like
before
people
that.
are talking like he's goddamn A-Rod.
I know he's been. Chris Bowling brought this up. They said he's been available for 2 years, and
and no one wanted him.
no one wants to trade for him. I don't know, like why people are on it. The ISO's okay, like he can slug a bit,
Yeah.
which is nice. But I mean, fucking 417 slug is not anything special. Let's see if he probably just kills right-handed pitching and doesn't do anything against lefties, but they had to play him. Yeah, there you go. Here, 276 average against right-handed pitching, 162 against lefties, and he had a decent amount of
Holy
at bat.
fuck, that's
He
terrible.
was a 118 weighted runs created plus guy against righties and
Okay.
35 against lefties.
Yeah, I don't see the appeal.
Yeah, like an 800 OPS against righties, 461 slug. It's like it's gonna be a cheap option. That's why
Yeah.
they like it too. Like he'd
Yeah.
be, I wouldn't be mad if they traded for him. But
You talk yourself into it.
he's like Varsho. Like, do we want another Varsho, or do you want to
I
reach for the
don't know about
stars?
that.
I mean, he
Uh,
doesn't play defense the way Varsho plays defense. So
yeah.
that would turn you off of him for sure.
What
But
else you got?
okay, I'll look back. Any chance of opening a Game 14 Patreon or Discord? We have a Discord.
We have a Discord.
It should
We got
be
some Gate 14 news hopefully coming this week. So
hopefully
stay
Super
tuned.
Bowl MVP predictions. Patrick Mahomes.
I said the Eagles won, but Patrick Mahomes is just like if he contributes to at least 2 touchdowns, he's auto MVP if they win. Like you can't give it to anyone else. So it's Mahomes or Hurts, I feel.
If the Jays are under 500 at the deadline, what are the chances Bo is getting traded? 95 points.
I would say the exact same. If
You have to, after you saw the haul that you got last year for scraps compared to what Bo would be if he's having a good season, yeah, you probably get rid of him. Estimated hours at the bar in 2025.
a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. What do you think?
Estimated hours at the bar. Fuck. I wouldn't even know where to start. Like 100 is where I'd go, but like,
Yeah,
yeah, 100.
a
I don't know.
hundred.
100.
I would say more for me probably because I go out
Well,
more than
if
you
you're at
do.
the bar for 3 hours once a week,
I'm gonna say 200 hours.
okay, that's a ton
Yeah,
of hours.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't really go to the bar and sit there for a long time. And people, we've talked about this with some of the other guys. Going to a bar to just watch football all day, I don't think we ever
No,
really
I'm
do
not.
that.
I don't do that. No.
Seems like it could be fun, but like
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah. Very expensive.
Big day.
Yeah.
I believe that's all we got. Thank you for getting the questions in on Twitter. No, it was pretty early for the people. But that's all we have.
Yeah. So me and Avery will if you live in London, me and Avery are going to Max Tyler Wednesday. So I got a couple DMs about that. People were asking if I was going. So we will be going.
Oh my God, Gavin Sheets just signed with the Padres.
Okay.
Minor league contract. That would have been great for the Jays. Why couldn't they do that?
Yeah, they could. Why Jays couldn't match that? Jays couldn't match that. Anyways,
Yeah, we're going to Max Tyler and then driving back to.
let's leave it at the office.
Yeah, that's the life with you.
It's gonna be a
Because
good one. So
I'm not boozing, so it's safe.
yeah, Avery's not boozing. Anyways, love you guys. Next week we'll be able to talk about all the great shape that all the pitchers are in, and then some new pitches. So
Well, maybe even if pitchers and catchers report day is that notable, we might have to lay
maybe
something.
yeah, we could tap into that. See how some guys look.
Might
see how
have to
some
lay
guys look.
something down. It's quote day. It's everything day. It's
So
fun.
sick.
Really good.
So sick. Can't wait to see Jeff Hoffman for the first time in a Blue Jays uniform, which would be cool. Scherzer, right?
Yeah.
So we will talk to you guys soon. Enjoy. I was gonna say enjoy the Super Bowl, but it's already done if you're listening to this. Gate 14 forever. Subscribe, like. We are one step closer to Gate 14 spring training content. I cannot fucking wait. Love you guys. Gate 14 forever.